I feel that campus parking, it seems like there's a lot of parking, but then once you go to find a parking spot, there's never any. I mean, for one, like motorcycles are much more tinier than cars, and them taking up a regular parking spot is ridiculous. And also, I mean, if they were to have their own spots, then they wouldn't have to worry about, a car hitting them or anything. At least they know they're safe where they are. I feel like they definitely should take away some of the reserved parking spots for people because a lot of them aren't being used. And it would just give us more parking spots than just having empty spots open. Now, I've never seen those electric car spots used. Maybe two of them, but overall, like, none of them are ever used. Local commuters should be able to get a pass for like the winter time because when it snows you really don't want to have to walk, especially having to walk in the snow and ice. But they shouldn't be able to park as close as people who commute like 30-40 minutes away because that's kind of not fair. The best way to improve the parking situation is maybe to do the designated parking spots for depending on your classes, because that definitely would give us an advantage where we get to park closer. That or a shuttle for people specifically who park at like far distances, because when it does start to get colder or when it's even raining, it just is inconvenient to have to park so far.
It's really difficult because all the parking lots are usually pretty full whenever I need to find a spot. It depends on the time of day. Sometimes I'll be driving around for maybe like 20 minutes trying to find a good spot. Usually the parking lots I end up needing to park in, it's like a 5 to 10 minute walk from where I live because the parking lot of my dorm is it's really small, so it's usually pretty packed. I think it can be improved by just making specific parking lots per dorm. I feel like paying $60 for a year is a lot considering the fact that you can't always find a good spot compared to where you live or compared to where you go to class. I've talked to quite a few people that I live with, and we all basically complain about how small our lot is that's right next to our building. I wish that Scudder's lot was bigger.
We had a consultant actually come to the campus at one point and they said nothing is more than a 10 to 15 minute walk, which for some people that's perfectly reasonable, but again for others it may not be. The last batch of parking spots that are being taken up by contractors at this time is approximately 25 spaces behind the library where they're finishing up the renovations to the library. Personally, as an employee of SUNY New Paltz, yes, I wish from the bottom of my heart that I could park all the time right outside of my building.